Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral, Dreadnoughts. So, we got the other British Doom stack coming in here. They're going to arrive in 2 months. Up there. We've got our, one of the big battleship task forces heading there. This one that got badly battered last episode, they are heading to Fort Bayard. I also have 4 torpedo boats coming in from Djibouti. They're going to link up with the battleships and get ready to fight this huge stack. Meanwhile, this last stack of Russian ships, I think that's most of their navy, except for a couple like roaming cruisers here and there. Yeah, that's most of them. And also a bunch of other ships are heading to Muscat for some reason. Who knows what they intend to do there? And I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out in November 1904. Well, no battles, actually. Just a strike mission. We've got Dunite now. I don't think I will be using it. I think I will stick with TNT-1. Dunite is a little bit more powerful, but not that much more powerful. Not worth the added risk of exploding, I think. Let's see. There we go. Cyrenaica. Let's hopefully put an end to this army advancement here. Although, I'm not sure if I'll be in time. I think they'll capture Tripolitania from me. So let's have this cruiser go somewhere else. Not sit there in port and get randomly assigned a new port once Tripolitania falls. Well, here are the Russians. They are moving again. Back to the Bay of Bengal. Let's send out one cruiser to deal with the one enemy cruiser. How many crew do I have in this task force? I got room for like 1,600 more. So that is 2 more cruisers. There. Yeah, I think so. Good enough. So didn't I have a... No, I do have a naval invasion here. When I can't see the circle around it, I know the latest version of Tweaks and Fixes has fixed that issue, but I'm not sure if I want to start updating things now that my game is actually running well and not crashing. Yeah, the circle itself around the naval invasion is gone. So for a second, I thought I didn't have a naval invasion here, but I clearly do. So, anyway. And these are still heading here. Guess we'll just stand ready. Yeah, yeah. There are not as many strikes happening here as I thought there would be. You two can join up here and maybe strike Scapa Flow. Actually, no. I want you staying there. Because just me having ships in these locations here is costing the British a lot of transports each month. Their economy is still growing, though, by a lot, because they got that revolution bonus. Let's see, my transport capacity is going back up, so that is good. 9 months away from getting Mark II 15-inch gun. 17 from getting the Mark III 10-inch. Mark II 15, that'll put us on track to getting basically super dreadnoughts as soon as we unlock the dreadnought hull. Anyway, onwards. And now we have some more stuff happening. This is not the big doom stack, though. These are stragglers from that the one where I lost that cruiser. Those cruisers, actually. Yeah, let's deal with this. There was also an ambush mission. I wonder where and against what. Let's not have the battleships waste ammunition on this. Because if we're fighting that big doom stack next month, we're gonna need ammunition. Assuming that fleet is still headed towards my location. You could do that annoying thing where they change course and then you have to find out where else they're going and desperately try to get a battle going. And we got 3 more Patho class. That would be these guys. We are being spotted. There they are. Turn parallel. Let's turn off the main guns until we spot that light cruiser again. Let's just have the secondaries deal with this. And secondaries are doing a pretty good job here. Gonna armor, do you have 2.8? We are attempting to torpedo the destroyers. We do actually hit them, but after they go down, so that's a bit of a waste. Legion will go down. In fact, these main guns are just overpenning that almost unarmored light cruiser. So we're gonna leave it up to the secondaries once again. Only 1.3 inches with pen at 5,000. Okay, maybe we are actually turning on the main guns. And turning off the secondaries, because they were not really doing much. There we go. Finally a good pen. Let's just get close enough that the secondaries can actually penetrate. Which means pretty close. At least we can close now that they're slowing down. Maybe I should have brought the battleships. At least they have more powerful secondaries that can deal with this, and more powerful HE shells that can actually score full HE penetrations. Wait, what kind of armor quality? Plus 35. Okay, so I can actually go through the belt. And I can torpedo them. So I got longer range torpedoes than they do. There we go, at this range, we're not really missing. And get some torpedoes as well, just for good measure. There we go. That consumed a lot more ammunition than I hoped it would. Now let's see about that ambush mission. Not a single transport lost this month. That is good. Naval invasion here, going well. Let's get one for southern Egypt as well. before they start army invading northern Egypt. There we go. Ambush. 4 destroyers against 2 light cruisers. To tell you the truth, I'm not really comfortable with this fight. This could very easily just be 4 destroyers sunk. They are doing 28 knots though, so they're faster than my torpedo boats. They also have a little bit more armor. And I got more guns. Could that work out in my favor? Could I, like, score some 4.5 bolt pens, flood them a little bit, slow them down, then torpedo them? Maybe. Let's give it a try. I didn't buy these destroyers just so them they could, like, sit around and not do anything, so... Might as well use them. Put the force in 2. At least this time, I can see the enemy right from the start. That was not the case with the torpedo boat ambush a couple months back. In that case, my my attempt at surrounding them failed because I misjudged where they would be. The torpedo boats had such poor view range. We got 4.5 kilometer torpedoes this time, same as the torpedo boats had. Shorter range, fast torpedoes might actually have been better, but we use what we got. Torps away. We're just going to maintain course here. And load AP. See if we can go through the extended belts. There we go. We score the first gun damage, actually. Scoring torpedo hits at this range is dubious. I'm not sure if that's going to work out. Let's see, what kind of pen do you guys have? Enough AP pen to go through my armor, not enough HE pen. Torpedoes not rearmed on these two yet. Launched from these two. And we take our first flooding hit. The Mars, you can just go home, I guess. And these torpedoes will miss. Or will they? Maybe we'll get lucky and hit caster. Yes. One good torpedo hit on one light cruiser. Maybe not the one I was aiming for, but a hit is a hit. That means caster is a not quite a sitting duck, but an easier target to hit again once my torpedoes rearm. Which they will, soon enough. I hope. My gun's not doing too much at this range, but if I get closer, I am definitely not winning that gunfight. Yeah, like this. When we get a flash fire on CO3. Oh, that is terrible. That might be one destroyer about to sink. Forget. Well, I don't want to launch into my own destroyer, so I was trying to slow down, but just have to wait until this one has passed. Hopefully it will actually launch. I don't think the torpedoes are stuck on this. No, they seem to be tracking. There they go. And then Bosk. Well, rudder is annoyingly out. Turning around will take a little while. we are turning now. And straightening out will also take a little while. But we're coming in at a pretty good angle relative to Castor. Could maybe get some hits out of this. One dud. That's not what I was hoping for. And those were my torpedoes. And there we score a rudder hit on Castor. That was a little bit too late. I was hoping that would come sooner. So let's just see if we can end this. No, they're following CO3. Which is limited to 16 knots due to the flooding. No, wait, there we go. End. It's a draw. I was hoping we'd get a couple more torpedoes on Castor. Yeah. Oh, you guys are just going to be sitting here now. The Russian fleet. What happened to the cruisers that were supposed to be sitting there? They are going there. Well, slightly annoying. Did not get my cruiser duel that I was hoping for. Let's put you there then. At least block off this little strait. And then I assume we're going to be fighting this. And this. In 1905. +7 with Japan. I got 2 convoy missions. No big meeting battle. 5 transports lost. I'd say that's acceptable. We lost Senegal and Tripolitania. We're taking back Cyrenaica. We're taking southern Egypt. We are also taking back Tripolitania, it seems. Refuge, you were supposed to be fighting something. Let's send you into the Black Sea. We are we at risk of going to war with the Ottoman Empire? Yes. So we're not sending you into the Black Sea. Because if we then get a war with the Ottomans, you will not be able to get out. And bombard Tripoli. These guys are still just sitting around there. Okay, that's 2 stacks on top of each other. So, right. Well, I gotta keep that fleet there until that naval invasion is done. What's the crew number in this task force now? Very close to the limit, so I cannot add another cruiser. Right. And the Russians are sending even more ships here to join up. Anyway, let's do the convoy missions. Light cruiser on light cruiser. It's Castor again. Weren't you in the Mediterranean? Because this is not anywhere near where we just fought you. Oh, forfait. Older cruiser. But you've had your recent refit, so I'd say you're pretty good. Should be able to deal with that enemy light cruiser without much problem. Yeah, that is the one we just fought. What are you doing here? Or were you here all along? If so, how did you get ambushed by my Mediterranean destroyers? That is, those are some questions. Let's slow you down a bit, get some more accuracy. Instantly scoring some very good hits. And some more. Yeah. I'd say this cruiser here is a pretty good counter to that thing. And let's do that again. Orion, was that the other one? In the last battle. It's the same class against the same class, so should go well. There we are. My 7-inch guns fire faster than their 5.6s. Let's turn off the secondaries. They're just making noise. There you go, main belt pen. No flooding though. Hang on. You have, do you have main guns as casemates? Is that legal? For a light cruiser? Yes, it must be. Well, the 5.3s are the deck guns. The 5.6s are the casemates. And both guns are firing even at this angle. Not anymore. Let's get a little bit more broadside. 5 kilometers away. There we go, finally. Some flooding. They can actually not pen my main belt at any range. And only the 5.6s have any chance of going through my extended belts, but only at very, very close range. There we go, finally. Finally a good hit. Ballistite gun cotton. Semi-AP, okay. Now we're turning the secondaries on. Let's go through that 4 belts. There we go. Good job by Colbert. Took a little bit longer than the other one, but, you know, regular crew, and this one wasn't pre-damaged. Right. let's see if this task force decides to finally move. Let's see if some cruiser somewhere wants to come out and duel with one of mine in a 1v1. Because I would really like to see that. I know the Russians and the British both have some pretty decent armored cruisers. But I guess... I'm taking back Cyrenaica. That's good. But I guess... Yeah, like, these guys are just not moving. One more month here, and then I can finally pull this task force out and do things. In fact... let's send these here. And then this fleet I can go here and take over this naval invasion. Tripolitania, let's just re-invade that one, actually. 9,000 tons. This one cruiser can handle that. No problem. We have some lone Russian DDs sailing around. I'd like to set this huge task force to do things, but right now they need to... ooh, that's gonna be a close one. 99%, 1 month remaining here. Like, which is it gonna be? Am I gonna take Bangladesh, or are they gonna take Burma? It's gonna be both at the same time. I keep forgetting which happens first. Does this resolve first and then that one, or other way around? One way to find out. Well, I saw they took Burma from me, but now we actually have a battle here on our hands. Varna. 19,000 tons. I think we've seen these before, actually. Pretty good ships. This is one of mine. That, I think, is one of their starting ships. Yeah, plus 6% armor. So that's like 1890s stuff. Borodino. I'm not sure. That could be AI design, or it could be a share design. This one is one of Emily's. This is one of mine. That's the one with the 11 guns. Pretty good armored cruiser. That would put up a fight against one of my Victor Hugos. That's one of the ones I've been trying to set up a 1v1 duel with. And I got 2 of those. And then they got a bunch of these Dmitry Donskoy, which I do not think are much of a threat. Kuban class light cruisers. I'm not sure. Lieutenant Dubasov. And Vorona class torpedo boats. Well, this will certainly be a battle. that should take a while, so I think we're going to leave this one for the next episode. Goodbye, and take care.